What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a special edition of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati. As you can see, it is me, myself, and I this evening. Choops, the podcast that is having a little bit of technical difficulties on his end, so he will hop in momentarily. We figure we want to go ahead and get started. It's the first full week on the Main Event Wrestling Network. As always, we are appreciative of that opportunity. Make sure to hit that QR code in the top left corner. Like, share, subscribe. Help us to get those numbers up. We are 26 followers away from 500 on Twitter, or X, I should say. So help us get there. If you know anybody that would like this podcast, just share it. Just share it. That's all that we can ask for, and we certainly continue to appreciate the support. Excuse me. Couple of housekeeping matters as well. We do have two great interviews that will be dropping this Friday. The definitive Sammy Chaos interview, as well as the definitive Zicky Dice interview. Cannot wait to share this great content with you guys. New Something Smarts are coming this week as well. But let's get right on into it. Super busy weekend in the world of wrestling. Friday Night Smackdown, Rampage, Collision, and Ring of Honor Final Battle. As always, we're not going to get into every single match result, especially in Final Battle, but there were a few highlights that I wanted to just get into and talk about with you guys. As always, if you have any questions or anything that you want to contribute to the chat, make sure to do that on your respective social media site that you are watching. So let's just go ahead and get right on into the Final Battle card here. The first match that I really want to talk about, this was the AAA Mega Championship between Elio de Vikingo, and Black Taurus. If you didn't know who these guys were before going into Final Battle, you definitely did after watching this match. Vikingo is nothing short of flawless in the ring and everything that he does. So this was a great way to kick off the show. I love that Ring of Honor still has this working relationship with AAA, and this makes it's made for a fun opener. I mean, these are two guys that, gravity is just kind of something that does not exist in their world. So again, 2 thumbs up on this match. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, definitely do. Next match that I want to talk about is the survival of the fittest match for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. It was vacated. We had Kyle Fletcher, as I get my notes up here. Dalton Castle, Lee Moriarty, Lee Johnson, Kyle Fletcher, Commander. And then it was Brian Keith who won the opportunity in the 0 hour to compete in that match. I personally have never seen a survival of the fittest match in Ring of Honor. I'm still relatively new to the world of Ring of Honor. So to see something like this, I mean, almost a gauntlet of sorts, but everybody's in the ring at the same time. Very, very enjoyable. I mean, hats off to all 6 of these guys in this match, but especially Commander and Kyle Fletcher, who were the final 2 remaining. All that I can say is Commander continues to just get better and better and better by the day. Same with Kyle Fletcher. It's been a hell of a 2023 for him. I mean, he's gotten to share the ring with Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, capping off the year with a Ring of Honor World Television Championship reign. This guy he's the future of AEW / Ring of Honor. Sky's the limit with him. I think that we're only going to see more of him in 2024 now that Will Ospreay is all elite as well, and a big year for United Empire as a whole as a result of this. Tony Nese and All Ego Ethan Page taking on each other in an I Quit match. Very, very personal rivalry. I admittedly have not watched a whole lot of this build to this. I bought this paper, or at least subscribed to Honor Club, just because I wanted to see Billy Starks versus Athena. But it is always fun to have an I Quit match and something with a bit of a gimmick stipulation to it. These guys showed up and showed out. It's crazy that Tony Nese is the guy that was released by WWE, and now here he is. And speaking of people showing up, here's the podcast dad. What's up, buddy? It's okay. I can't hear a single thing that you're saying, buddy. It's all static. It's It's all right. It's all right. I'll let you fix that on your end. I'm gonna take a swig of Jameson, and then I'm gonna keep talking about Final Battle if that's all right with you. Okay? Okay. All right. While the podcast dad gets himself situated, and I finish taking another swig of my Jameson here, Tony Nese and Ethan Page in this I Quit match. A lot of great spots here. Ethan Page, definitely love him on the Ring of Honor roster. There's just something about the chemistry between these guys that is just off the charts for me. Smart Mark Sterling being handcuffed to the rope, also a very nice touch. Mark Henry making sure that was enforced. Icing on the cake. We also did see the return of Scorpio Sky in this match as well, and it looks like he's back on the same page with All Ego Ethan Page again. So it'll be interesting to see where they go.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. No static, no nothing. You all right,
dude?
It's okay.
I need to come over and drink some of that Jameson. My lord.
Hey, my door's always open, buddy. You know that.
God.
Come on, we're bro shots just for life.
I'm sorry about that. Technology decided to drop a bomb on me today and did not want to be nice. So.
Well, we got to stop saying the word. I think that'll help.
No, I'm in an all-out war right now. Why does Outlook need an update? It was working just fine. I don't need a new Outlook. Whatever.
Sorry.
How are you?
It's okay. I'm good, buddy. I'm good. This is day 4 of 18 days off of work. So I am.
Jeez. So you're just gonna piss me off even more. Is this are you trying to do this now? Did you hack into my system?
No. Why would I do that?
Because you're just trying to mess with me. Is that what this is?
But why would I mess with you if by extension I would be messing with our show?
I don't know. You're all high and mighty that John Browning keeps winning games for you, and then now you're getting all angry at me. And you know what?
His name is Jake Browning.
Whatever.
You can kiss my belt.
I would. It's a nice belt.
Yeah. Oh man. Anyway, talking a little bit of everything. I'm still kind of talking about Final Battle. Did you get a chance to watch Final Battle?
I did not. I know you gave me a login because somebody signed up for Honor Club.
Yeah, I did it just for Billy and Athena, and it was absolutely worth it for the rest. Like, I enjoyed the rest of the show too. It had a little bit of everything. Like, before we get back into so Athena retained by submission. And then they hugged it out at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. So not quite what I thought. I also forgot that this was in Athena's hometown. So that also, they're not going to do the Vince booking of, we're just going to bury you in front of everybody that, that you love and care about that came to watch. But no, it absolutely deserved its main event spot. And, we'll come back to that match later. I was just finishing up talking about the survival of the fittest match. Kyle Fletcher is the new Ring of Honor World Television Champion. He's got future AEW World Champion written all over him, and this is just the beginning. I mean, he's put on size. He's getting better in the ring. I mean, it's only a matter of time before he has his moment, and 24 is going to be great for him.
Yeah, I mean, online was a buzz. I mean, he was. I didn't see it. I will go back and watch it, but everything that I saw was like, holy crap, this guy is like. I saw a mix between Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, and I'm like, okay, let's pump the brakes there. Yeah. But if I need to go watch this because that is what this guy's going to be. Yes. Hey, that's potential.
I mean, because it came down to him and Commander in the finals of this, and I mean, I think that you will find that a lot of the praise is well warranted. That's the fact. Bryce Cannon also hopping in the chat. Bryce, good to hear from you, bud. He also sent me a video of a nasty chop. I'm not going to get a chance to download it and put it up here for today, but I'll make sure to add it into tomorrow's show. Let's just see what happened to him this weekend. Dylan, Chris did finally show up, but technology, it happens. It's a day. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Yeah. It's all good. Yeah. So that was cool. I Quit match between Tony Nese and All Ego Ethan Page was actually very entertaining as well. This was a nice little mid-card feud, and good to see these guys getting some time on this pay-per-view. Probably the most emotional part of the night was the 6-man tag match, Blackpool Combat Club taking on them top guys, FTR and Mark Briscoe. Started as a traditional six-man tag match. Double count out, match restarts under a fight without honor, so blood everywhere.
Saw that.
And
yeah,
just damn good time. Good tribute to Jay Briscoe. Yeah,
I saw how it ended and then the restart of the match. I did see that online, so that seemed like a good way to honor Jay with the bloodbath that eventually turned into.
Yes, I mean absolutely. There's no doubt about it. I mean, that's the thing about Final Battle is they always it's a great show from start to finish, even if there's not a whole lot of build or programs that are being played out on TV. Admittedly, I have not seen a single lick of Ring of Honor weekly television going into this show. I just wanted to see Billy and Athena because that story just absolutely rules.
Is that going to keep you?
For now. I mean, there was a lot to like about this show. Hat tip to Keith Lee and Shane Taylor. That's just meat slapping meat. Elio De Vikingo taking on Black Taurus for the AAA Mega Championship Fire opener.
I did see some of that.
Yeah,
I did see. Yeah, who was Anthony Henry?
So Anthony Henry, I was not familiar with him until this show. I guess during 0 Hour, Eddie Kingston lamented about how he's the world champion, doesn't have a match on the show. So Henry comes up, and it's basically I forget what they call the match, but it's basically if Anthony Henry won, then he would get an opportunity at that Triple Crown after the Continental Classic.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I did see one other thing, and I'm sure you were probably a huge fan of this with Tony Khan introducing a new championship.
I am excited.
No.
Only if. Would you hear me out? Would you hear me out, please?
Okay.
How badly do I want Trish Adora on my TV screen?
Is she gonna be on your TV screen or your streaming service?
Do I not stream it on that big ass TV right there?
I'm just saying. I don't know if she's going to be on Dynamite.
You're just so determined not to be cool.
Name your favorite women's tag team right now in AEW.
The thing is, I was mentally ready for you to finish and say WWE.
Nope.
I was ready. I don't know
or Ring of Honor. Name your favorite women's tag team in Ring of Honor.
I don't know that I have a favorite women's tag team in Ring of Honor, but a television championship. Not that immediately comes to mind. Again, I don't watch Ring of Honor every week.
Okay. I don't. You have.
I've been talking for the
already
first
can't
minute,
use
so
the women's roster to the best ability, and now you're going to introduce another champion. I don't know, man.
Shiny things are quick fixes.
We say they need less titles, not more titles. You got the Continental title coming. You got this title coming. I don't know. That
Continental champion is going to carry around all three of those belts, and you know it.
And that's going to suck for that person.
Yeah, probably. Well, I mean, if Ultimo Dragon can do it, then I think that anybody else can.
That was like 12 titles. That's different. And Sonny Ono was carrying those. He's driving around with those in the trunk.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
Talk to me about the main event, man. What'd you like about it? What didn't you like about it?
Loved everything about it. I mean, this was a very, very well crafted story. This main evented for a reason. I mean, I think that you could have easily made the argument for the 6-man tag being in the main event because there was the Jay Briscoe tribute layer to it. But Athena has been the most dominant women's world champion they've ever had, and certainly one of the most dominant champions that they've had in Ring of Honor history, and it showed in this match. Also, props to Athena. She her gear was Bane inspired from the Batman comic books. It was awesome. It really was. Lexi Nair was the special guest ring announcer, so that ties in all together everything that they've been doing with the Minions and Training story. Great near falls. I wanted Billy Starks to win this. But I have no problem with the fact that Athena did. I mean, she's been champion for 370 plus days. It's well deserved. That is only, I mean, she's only going to continue to dominate. And I mean, let's look at it this way: Billy Stark is only 19 years old. She's going to be a world champion. That's a given. If it sounds like there's another layer to this story that's coming. So I'm going to be intrigued to see where it goes, because I thought that this was just a build to just this one blow off and they go their separate ways, but that's starting to not be the case.
Which one did you like better, Willow and Athena or Billy and Athena?
Billy and Athena,
okay,
ever so slightly. Both matches are phenomenal, but I'm going to give the edge to Billy. I mean, I think that it's, for me, it's more of the fact that this has been that underlying slow build to her snapping on Athena. And the fact that Athena is playing these mind games of, like, I mean, again, at the end of the match, they hugged it out. I didn't see that coming at all. So that says that there's more meat to this. Lexi, did have some involvement where she tried to hand Athena the title, and that didn't work out, and had a spot there. But at the end of the match, the second it's over, Lexi gets in the ring and, obviously hugs Athena and then goes right over to Billy too. So it does seem like there's some more that there is left to tell in the story. So.
Okay.
For another month, I'll watch.
I'll have to watch it. I'll have to get on. You know what I did watch, though?
GCW Highest in the Room, like I did?
No. I watched SmackDown.
Me too.
I did. That was... Yeah. How'd you do both?
Because I watched it on Saturday. I watched SmackDown the next day.
That's fair. Yeah. Good for you.
But I did watch. I did watch. Also, how sad are you about Charlotte Flair?
That sucks.
Right.
Because it kind of seemed like they were going a little bit of a reunion for the Four Horsewomen, maybe at a later date with the Damage Control versus those four. Maybe that's something they can do at a War Games next year. I don't know. That's it. That sucks. That really sucks. No. What I saw ACL, MCL. So
meniscus, and then possibly strained her neck and taking the actual fall to the canvas too. So Charlotte Flair out of action for a while.
It's gonna be weird not seeing her at Mania. We won't get the Charlotte Mania entrance that we've been used to the last couple years. I think we're gonna miss her more than people like to say they're going to miss her, because she's a great wrestler and she's a great character. Was she getting a little stale? Maybe. But at the end of the day, could this be a blessing in disguise? Who knows? Go away, kind of take some time off, refresh, recharge the batteries kind of thing. Maybe that helps. Obviously, rehab sucks. I've had this injury, and it's not fun. Her biggest thing will be mentally trusting that knee again. Again, that something that I went through about trusting your knee again to be able to do the stuff that you did. Obviously, I was at no level that she was at, but playing high school football, it was tough to kind of go, okay, I can still do what I need to do and trust that my knee will stay fine. That'll be something that she'll have to challenge herself with. But she's got plenty of people on that roster that have gone through that same thing that I'm sure will give her advice.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, well wishes to Charlotte Flair. Carmelo Hayes advancing in the United States Championship tournament. I don't think that. Well, let's break this one down a little bit, because I think that we thought that there might be something involving Trick here in this match, and there wasn't. This was a clean win, which goes back to what I was pointing out last week of, if there are not going to be any shenanigans, then why the hell is Melo worried about the NXT Championship, knowing these, if he's advancing in this tournament on the main roster?
Because this is his time to go shine, and he can do it by himself. And if he doesn't win the tournament, he can go, I didn't win, so I'm coming back down. And Trick can go, oh, you couldn't do it on the big time. And then we get that whole I'm okay with it.
Sure.
Carmelo looked like it didn't look out of place. He looked like a star. He looked like he belonged on the main roster. Like, he got a good reaction. Like, that guy's ready. I think we'll get this trick program at Stand and Deliver, and then that dude, he's gonna dominate the main roster when he gets up there.
Well said. Well
and
said.
I get Mello and a Kevin Owens next week, and I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I mean, that's the thing. I don't think that anybody really thought that Austin Theory was going to win that match.
Poor guy. How the mighty have fallen.
When will it work for him?
It won't. We have racked our brain, and I'm sure people in the back have racked their brain. He has everything.
Yeah.
He's just missing that one thing. I don't know what it is, but it's missing.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
It really is, because
Daddy's not around to protect him anymore.
Well, he's lurking in the shadows, so
I said what I said.
Might be why he's still on the roster, because that would be considered a big time decision.
Is it?
Just saying. I mean, talent releases, that's a big decision. It's a big picture.
Fair enough. Kabuki Warriors return to action, defeating Zelina Vega and Mia Yim.
Yes.
I'm so glad that they went back to that theme song, because it's just a banger. I mean, I throw that on when I go work out sometimes. Yeah, it's just a good song. Yeah, I do. What's the problem? What's the problem with that?
There's no problem. I used to work out the themes too. I don't work out anymore, so it's fine. My favorite one is when Brock's theme came on, and I'm in Planet Fitness just walking around, just like I will tear everybody's head off.
Yeah.
I never could, but it was funny.
I do that with LA Knights.
No, it's good to see them back, like kind of being branded as the Kabuki Warriors as a part of Damage Control. I really like that backstage segment. I think Dakota Kai is behind all of this.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. And I think the biggest question that I had, and I was talking to Kyle from on the Mark/Main Event Network about this the other day as well. Why didn't you do this when Kyrie first returned? It feels a little disjointed to go into teasing the awkward tension of Bayley still being in the group just to make them look badass in that moment right there. Or what? Or do you think it was more of she had to prove her loyalty to the rest of them before they got to that moment? I don't know.
Here's one thing that we may need to take into account is, did the Charlotte Flair injury change anything?
That's fair. That is a massive hole to yeah.
Because it looked like again they were almost looking like a 4 Horsemen reunion might happen, but now with Charlotte out, are they going, okay, maybe let's wait to do this turn until we can firm up our plans and get that going again? Because that's what it kind of was. Like, there was no dissension anymore or anything like that. Maybe they had to take a left turn with Charlotte being down.
Yeah. I mean, and that's very well possible too. I definitely didn't think about that, and especially because we have next week's shows are taped, so there is not going to be a whole lot of time to do any fixing. So that's a good point. I think that we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the fact that yes, we are going to not have Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania for the first time in 7-8 years at this point. Does this create that extra incentive to do whatever you can to bring Sasha back?
100%.
Has to.
100%. She's coming back. She will be in the Rumble.
Mark
my words. Mark my words.
Oh, damn!
I mean, all the reporting online says the AEW plans are no longer in the works anymore, and that WWE is going to go after her hard. If you're Sasha or Mercedes or whatever we want to call her, how can you not go, okay, the guy that took a chance on me in NXT is now the one in charge, and he's been doing very well as the guy in charge. He'll take care of me. How would you be able to pass up that opportunity, especially if they're going, hey, you don't have to work all the dates. You can work a part-time schedule. We're going to come in for a big payday. That's kind of what she wanted to do, right? So you have to be I mean, WWE has to be enticing with it, especially with the reports going, hey, AEW is kind of off the table. So I don't know if Japan is the best spot for her, unless she just wants to keep doing that. But if you want to come back on the biggest stage, that would be WWE.
Yeah, and I mean, let's be honest. Outside of the evolution of Timeless Tony Storm, and Billy Athena, what other programs are you genuinely excited about in the women's division in that company?
I will say
Okay, yeah.
the Julia Hart, Sky Blue,
Okay,
Abaddon, the returning Thunder Rosa does have me intrigued. I will say that
okay,
one. So their mid card
okay.
title has me intrigued. Their Ring of Honor champion now has me intrigued, and their world champion has me intrigued. The rest of it is where, nah.
So outside of their 3 championships, nothing else excites you, even though we've got a roster that has Willow Nightingale, Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter still on the shelf, Soraya on a milk carton somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough. Yeah. That's.
Yeah, and if you were able to come back to WWE, you are going to be in a main spot. Like, you just will. And for me, that's what I would do. But again, I'm not her. She left for her reasons. Maybe this was it last year or was it 2 years? Has it been 2 years?
It has been 2 years, yes, because she spent most of this year on the shelf.
So maybe this time away, kind of like, again, recharge the batteries a little bit, kind of lit that fire. She went away, learned a new hold, kind of, that old adage.
Yeah.
And she has seen now CM Punk come back and Triple H in charge.
And Cody Rhodes. I mean, you have to.
And Cody Rhodes and a Jade Cargill come in. Like,
yeah.
You got to think like Triple H is going, hey, I want to make this a big deal. Like, they're talking to Julia. That's another big deal. Like, if like they're, I don't know. Triple H is the one where I'd go, yeah, I think Sasha wants to come back and work for him.
Yeah, I would agree with that wholeheartedly. I mean, it's just, and like I said to you, Philly's going to be the most commercially successful event in company history. That's a given.
Mm-hmm.
With everything that they've done over the last year, especially since the merger has been completed, everybody wants to be in business with TKO in some way, shape, or form, and that's only going to continue and increase, as 2024 rolls around. So get that bag.
Well, especially if you bring in a Sasha, you have CM Punk who's going to be on the card. You have Randy back. You have all of the stars, and if you can get everybody back, it's almost like they're, like the old black and gold NXT days where they have so much talent in there. Now everybody's on the main roster, and this is what people want to see.
You know who else we have back?
AJ Styles.
Yeah, looking jacked.
Oh my God!
Everybody's just going away and just
It's amazing. It's amazing what happens when you give these guys a little bit of time off.
Yeah.
They don't have to work every week. It's okay. Yeah. They can take, like, we've talked about it before, like almost like a mini off season for everybody. Give somebody 2 months off to go do what they need to do, and then they come back looking like Randy Orton, or they come back looking like AJ Styles. Like, he looks great. Same thing with CM Punk. Like, he looks great. He looks in shape. He looks well rested. He looks healthy. And I think they got a fun. I don't know what direction they're going to go quite yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if you go 4-way at the Rumble, because that takes Randy, LA Knight, and AJ out of the Rumble.
Yeah.
Or if you save it for maybe Chamber and add 2 more people. Or if you save this for Chamber and that's how Cody gets his shot at Roman.
That's, I mean, I love that all the options are on the table. I really, really do. I think it's telling that Styles attacked Knight, but not Randy.
Knight took his spot. When AJ got hurt, he was supposed to team with John Cena. LA Knight took that spot.
Oh, you're so smart.
And then, LA Knight got the championship shot there at Roman in Saudi Arabia. AJ didn't. So AJ's coming back going, hey, you're taking my spot. I'm not ready to go yet. And he can kind of look at Randy and go, hey, we're kind of that veteran. Like, you just got back as well. And we're all trying to go in the pecking order. And this guy has been, loudmouth trying to take everybody else's spot. Like, no, you're not that high on the pecking order kind of thing. And I think that's kind of the message we're going to get from AJ.
And let's be honest, it's Randy Orton. I mean, untouchable.
Well, and Randy too, like he gave him that little smile and kind of like, okay, you know, I probably do the same thing, kind of thing, like almost like a mutual respect, like okay, you know, I'm not mad at you, but
yeah, them shades of gray, man. That's the best part of wrestling right now.
Don't mess with a viper. That's all I'm saying. Jay, watch your back. Jay Uso, watch your back.
Yep.
It's not
yeet.
No yeet.
Yeet.
That's something we can talk about at a later date. The bloodline. Is it over? Is it peaked? I think it peaked.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the drawbacks to having a championship reign like this that Roman has had, especially because this has been the transition from the Vince McMahon era to the TKO era in that same process too. So while yes, under Triple H we have seen some new challengers, we saw a lot of the same before that with Roman Reigns, but there's realistically there's no one left to beat on this roster unless you want to look at a Randy or an AJ. I mean those are kind of the only two conceivable names left. I just, and I know that this is going to get, I mean, we're going to be talking about this the closer April gets, because once April gets here and we know that Roman's not losing that title anytime before April, it's only 5 months away from eclipsing Hogan and taking that, taking that record. You have to think that they're seriously going to think about that. I mean, that's the same thing with last year was, okay, once April rolled around, how close we were to 1,000 days. Look at that. I mean, he was wearing 1,000 days sweatshirt Friday night. Like, there's too much that you can do with it financially that may be appealing to them.
No, don't do it.
I know. I don't want it either.
Don't do it. I know we want to get rid of that man out of the record books, but don't do it. Give it to Cody. Cody needs to finish his story.
He does.
I'm tired of all the chapters. I want to get to the end of the book.
I know.
Whoa!
What?
Technology. Look at that. Look at you.
What? Yeah, I'm just doing my job here. Would you?
The hell is X?
Twitter.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Jesus. The podcast, Dad. Everybody. Emphasis on that.
I'm so proud of you.
Jesus. Okay.
So proud of you.
Whatever. And just because he might be on the show at some point this week, so we just like to throw it out there.
I'm glad I could join you tonight. Sorry about the late start.
That's all right. Better late than never. I think the only thing that I'll point out is I caught GCW highest in the room from about a week ago. Love to see Johnny Game Changer and Taya Valkyrie taking on Nick Gage and Maki Ito. Fun little tag team match. Joey Janela and Andrade. You gotta give yourself a chance to watch that match. That was also phenomenal. Shout out to Blake Christian, Jordan Oliver, Rena Yamashita, Masha Slamovich. Big fans of them. And they got another show coming up, I think this Thursday, that I can't wait for. But that's the beauty of being off a couple of weeks, is I just get to watch all this cool indie stuff. Love you too.
Yeah. One of these days I'll log into that. What is it? IWTV.
IWTV, and then GCW is on Trailer TV.
Yeah, one of these days.
Yeah. Real quick before we wrap up, a couple of big matches on Raw tonight. We've got Creed Brothers taking on Judgment Day for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. We've got Chelsea and Piper taking on KC2. Do you see either title changing hands tonight?
I could see KC2.
That would be a lot of fun, yes.
Because I think that would be a way for the Kabuki Warriors to get the titles.
Ooh.
So
okay.
They also announced Miz and Gunther for the IC title.
Yes, this will. If Miz loses, then he will not be allowed to challenge for the Intercontinental Championship again. Shout out to the World Elite Podcast guys. But I mean. This is fine. I mean, this will be another great Miz match. I don't know.
Miz match. How dare you?
Well, now that
Gunther match.
Just
How dare you? You disrespect the ring general. He's
You
gonna
were
come.
late
He's gonna
today.
come to your
you
apartment.
don't
He's
get
gonna
you
chop
don't
you.
you don't get to do that today. Okay.
He's gonna chop you. It's gonna hurt.
Yeah, probably collapse along. I'm sure.
How dare you? Another great
Whatever.
Miz match. How dare you? How dare you? No CM Punk advertised tonight either.
That's all right. I mean, that's not the end of the world. You know what we are getting though?
What is that?
R-Truth and JD McDonough and the Miracle on 34th Street fight. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It'll be fun.
Rollins is going to address Drew McIntyre as well tonight, so I expect a nice little promo battle between those two.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with Seth. Seth, who cut one of his best promos ever last week.
Yeah, that was it. Doesn't get any better than that. It's going to be a money program. I mean, these guys are going to get bags in April, dude.
You sent me that. You sent me that custom video already. That hype package.
Yeah,
dude, I'm so ready. I got chills, I'm
dude.
So
right? It's. I mean, yeah, and
I'll
make sure to repost it to X as well. Just
your favorite wrestler, man. He's back.
You have to stop doing that. You have to stop.
You're all the way back. Just say you're all the way back. Just say it.
I have bought back in. Favorite wrestler? No. Okay. However, by all accounts, it seems like he's on his best behavior. So if Papa H has allowed bygones to be bygones, if my all-time favorite wrestler, Mr. WrestleMania, has let bygones be bygones, much like Mean Girls, I saw Katie Heron wearing army pants and flip-flops, so I wore army pants and flip-flops. So that being said, whatever. I'm fine. Whatever.
I didn't know the Undertaker endorsed him. So you said Mr. WrestleMania. So
yeah, I did. I did. No. You damn well know that I don't.
Well, that's what I assumed because that's Mr. WrestleMania. But that's a debate for another time.
That is a debate for another time. Yeah. Anything else on this Monday episode of the Wrestling Junkies podcast?
No, just. I hate computers.
That's fine. It's fine. We're here now. We're here talking. It's all good. Just.
I know. I'm gonna try to get to 9 o'clock tonight. I'm gonna try my best.
Okay. Get your sleep. Tully's back tomorrow, so I mean he's gonna be ready to talk. What? We get to hang out and watch wrestling. He's gonna be ready to talk some stuff. All right.
Great. So excited.
Yeah. So is he.
Yeah, I bet he is.
Yeah.
Anyway, are you morphing into him? What's happening?
All right,
tell your friends to come listen to us.
Yeah, again, if you even just know one person that would be interested in what we're talking about here, we're just a couple of dudes that like to talk wrestling and bullshit with each other, and yeah, it's just it's just fun.
We're two dudes with attitude.
Yeah.
I'm obviously Diesel.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do the. Yeah, it's fine.
Well, yeah,
you can
have
do the
Mr. WrestleMania number 2. Yes.
I think there are a lot of people out there that would agree with me that Shawn Michaels is Mr. WrestleMania number 1.
Put a poll up.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah. Well, you're such a dad. Yeah. That much we can confirm. You know.
Yeah. I can confirm. Yes, they're in the basement right now. I can hear them.
All right. Well, it's time for us to get out of here. As always, thanks so much for checking out this episode of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that QR code. We've got 2 great interviews that are going to be dropping this Friday. We cannot wait to share those with you guys. A lot of awesome content. Again, we always just appreciate you guys being here along for the ride. We are only 26 followers away from 500 on X/Twitter. Please help us get there. We would like to get there by the end of the year, just so we can, it's just one extra little step towards 2024, which we plan to take the world by storm. Yeah, that's all I got. Choops, anything else?
I'm good.
Love it. Well, also before we go, can confirm. Thank you very much, boys.
We can have that debate. That's fine. We can have the debate.
Absolutely, and we will. So for the podcast, Dad.
Rest in peace,
Mr. Cincinnati. And this has been the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Hoo day, fly Eagles fly, whatever. We'll talk. We'll talk to you guys soon.